Today's show is sponsored by Supreme Whiskey Stones, an LEO business specializing in the best whiskey accessories to protect and serve your favorite pours. From whiskey stones to customer laser-etched glassware, they take pride in what they do and love making their customers happy. Check them out on Instagram at Supreme Whiskey Stones, at supremewhiskeystones.com, or through the various military and first responder organizations they sponsor. Cheers.
Does Red Bull really give you wings?
I mean, they say it. Doesn't it have to be true?
No, that's only if it's on the internet. Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards. With me, as always, is Zeke Baker. And together we make the Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us a part of your day. Say hello to the folks, Mike Honcho.
Your what? Your concho?
No, Mike Honcho.
You have a concho? What's a concho?
A conch shell?
Is that what you said?
I said Mike Honcho. That was...
Oh, I heard my concho.
No, that Shake and Bake. That's Ricky Bobby. He said he once posed for Playgirl as Mike
Clearly
Honcho.
had too much Mountain Dew, not Red Bull, John.
I will come at you like a spider monkey.
I just see a grizzly bear or a koala or some type of bear.
So you said one like ferocious bear and then one cute bear.
I don't envision a spider or a monkey when I look at you, John.
I think more like a panda.
I mean, there could be a brown recluse or something hiding in your beard.
There could be.
But beyond that...
it is getting a little mangy.
A little?
Try to comb it. I didn't get a chance to comb it tonight. Got to put that oil in there and keep it...
Yeah, it's like a remix of that Ludacris song, Hose, except for waves. I've got waves.
I wanted you to have something to make fun of me for.
Well... You always do a good job. I'll give you that.
Really hides the double chin, too, which is nice.
I will give you credit, though, just so everyone can understand I'm on the record here. John did crack and share with everyone in the room the ETLC on Saturday night.
So it was a couple Saturdays ago.
Well, either way, you cracked and shared it at the bottle share, birthday party, extravaganza, etc. Even more laughable, like multiple people were like, "Who put that out?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then someone was like, "Edwards." I was like, "Are you shitting me? He finally popped that thing."
Well, I keep asking you. I kept saying, we can open it whatever you want. You go, no, man, let's save it for a show. And I figured it would be a very nice surprise to bring it on the bottle share. I will tell you, out of all the bottles on the table, that thing's down to a quarter.
Oh, I know. Everybody just kept hitting it.
Yeah, which I'm happy about.
No, and clearly it's one of those secondary bottles that pulls a fair amount of coin that I'm sure more than a few people have, but very few open simply because they don't know. Am I fucking myself?
Well, that thing's up to like $350, $400.
Oh yeah, and it's still just good old I picture slamming Sammy Snead. You know, he had one of the best golf swings ever. They say that you could play a waltz tune and watch his swing, and it was. Da 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 backstroke da da boom follow through da 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 and that's ultimately I think that's where most Elmers land, regardless.
But it is a 93 Elmer, and I think that 3 proof actually does a lot. It does more than you think it would.
It does, but there's such a narrow margin there because they're all single barrels, but they're like Blantons. They're purposely put in an area where the aging is much more cramped in, contained, whatever you want to call it. The room for error or margin is much more minimalized. But that being said, it is a very special release and a special bottle to most people. And I'm proud of you for popping it.
Do what I can.
I know.
Today, you're going to be proud of me because we actually have a blind somebody sent me, and I held this. This was actually sent in while you were out on paternity leave. Our friend Eric Black out of Ohio, this is the second blind he sent us. The first one, if you remember, I kind of messed up, and I feel bad for Eric because he said these were bourbons that you could find in Ohio. I thought they were Ohio bourbons.
You totally butchered that one.
I did, and I owe Eric an apology, but he sent another one. Surprisingly enough, even as much as I butchered that first one, he sent another one.
So are these even findable in Ohio?
Nothing to do with Ohio. All it just says is, Dad's drinking bourbon, 4-sample blind. If you want to know what it is beforehand, ask me. But I did not ask him.
And also to throw an extra cog into this, John and I had an offline discussion, especially since I'm the bigger noser here, was what if we didn't spend a whole lot of time nosing? Yes, nosing affects the palate to a degree. You can't taste the smell. So we decided quick nips in the nose, quick nips in the palate. Let's not overly dissect these. Let's just say, almost like Tourette's. What comes to mind first?
And Zeke told me that my tasting notes were getting a little bit too long. So I think this is almost an exercise in me being succinct.
Well, there's that.
So we have 4 blinds here. We don't know what's in these. We have an envelope that we will open. Eric, thank you so much for sending them. I think these are always my favorite shows, though, when people send random blinds and we get to sit here. We have no idea what's in them. We are completely going blind and kind of giving our honest opinion on these as we go through.
Well, we always give our honest opinion.
Oh, we always give our honest opinion, but I'm saying it's you don't even know what you're tasting, right? Like when you and I would blind each other, sometimes I know it's going to be one of these 4, but I have no idea what's in these 4 right now.
Nope, other than they should be some form of whiskey. I will say I don't think there's any Scotch, period.
No, and there's nothing he didn't throw in a rum, he didn't throw in something to try and get us. I definitely think there are 4 whiskeys right here.
There's no tail of the tape. You got to talk about something. Dive on in.
There's no tail of the tape. I think we just dive into the notes. We'll go through like we used to do. Give us your ranking.
I don't have a ranking. I just have notes.
Which one was your favorite?
I don't know.
Okay.
You killed me with this.
So Zeke, for interest of everything, rather than go a whole back and forth, we're going to do this one at a time. So I will open the envelope.
Just don't tear the results.
No, it's like we're at the Oscars.
And for a slight elaboration, we're simply going to do this A, B, C, and D as they were marked. John and I will each give our notes for A, B, C, and D. Then we will reveal what the card says they are. And if we have any extra banter, we'll toss some out, which I'm sure one of us should at least have an opinion here or there. And then we'll keep it rolling.
All right, so the first one, I got spicy mint on the nose, spiced corn mint on the palate, and the finish, I got medium to long. That spice and mint was kind of there. Definitely liked this one a lot. This one might have been one of my favorites.
I thought it was really sweet berries. Very light colored sugars if you're thinking about the candy world, for lack of better words. But this wasn't dark cherry or grape. This was more, lemon, other sugar type profile. Taste wise, I don't know. I thought it was a very fizzy wine, almost like Pop Rocks. There was somewhat of a dry corn profile behind it, but then it circled back to what I felt was a wine linger. I thought this was some finished product, honestly. Just the nose, palate, and back end that I picked up.
Russell's Reserve Single Barrel, Ohio Private Select Barrel Number 1, Barrel 170426, Rickhouse D, Floor 433, 55% ABV, 110 proof. I know, I kind of want to go through and taste these again after.
I just tasted again. I get the same fizzy bubbly to it. And some red wine velvety something is there. I don't know.
I mean, I get the red wine a little bit after,
especially on that finish.
But it's unique. It's definitely a unique Russell's. I know we are way too late on doing this, but I would have picked up a bottle of that one.
I don't know if I would have, but if you told me I had turkey, I told you to GTFO.
Hey, it gets us talking. Number 2, or letter B, as Eric did it. He did A, B, C, D. So letter B, I said, was the nose was a fruit bomb. The taste was butterscotch and wine. I said, is this something that was wine finished, but really good? The fruit and wine linger. Really enjoyed this one as well.
Nose-wise, I got berries again. This was darker to me, much more red or grape. It reminded me of Cheerwine soda, if you ever had that. It's a unique, like...
We live in Nashville, son. Of course I've had Cheerwine.
I mean, it's a Dr. Pepper knockoff. Not many people have had it, but it does have a unique profile. If you've had it, I thought this was it. I thought the taste... I have corny overlapped with a finish, but overlap doesn't dominate the corn. It was just kind of there moving through the parts. You know, basically if you have a bubble, you get the corn, and then as you chew into the bubble, that finish kind of kicks in. I thought that it was a younger juice, and again, I thought this was finished too and not finished very long.
New Riff, bottled in bond, 4 years, Kentucky straight bourbon, 50% ABV.
At least I was right about the young part.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising. This one, I thought it was good. There was nothing I didn't like about it.
We gotta talk to the glass washer around here.
You could get off your ass and wash some glasses.
I stick with my notes for that one too.
Yeah. Letter C, I said, was a fruity mint on the nose. I was trying to be succinct. I really like the mouthfeel on this one. Fruit, caramel, thick, almost leaves a coating on your mouth. Lots of fruit, lots of caramel. Didn't really feel like it was finished. I really like the mouthfeel on this one. Finish, I said, was medium to long.
So, nose-wise, I thought it was young and corny, and then I picked up something else that I couldn't quite ascertain. I don't know, for some reason, I went on a finished theme here. I'm not sure what put me on that line of thought. Palate-wise, it seemed to be malt over corn, but barely. To a degree, it reminded me of that Woodford that came out that was the malted, even though it was not a heavy malt profile with the corn blended in there because it was like 51% or something. That was where the mind went to. On the finish, it kind of circled back around into some light wine component, like a red wine kind of finish. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm getting off this, honestly. It was kind of drying. But the coating that it left in my mouth, and this is where I wouldn't have ranked it as high as the first two, is it was almost like a powdery residue that it felt like a powdery residue that kind of left on your no, that's the feeling I get, especially with any kind of most wines, the darker ones for sure, is that residue, but it's a drying residue.
Yeah.
And it's not what I normally get from bourbon per se.
It's like sopping up all the stuff that's in there. But the mouthfeel at first was my favorite. Not necessarily the notes that were in there, but then it kind of left that like powdery residue, and you're like, what's this?
Yeah, like red wine with steak. It's really good with the meat. And then at the back end, you're like, just dried out. Like, oh shit, snookered me.
Old Scout Smooth Ambler Single Barrel Cast Strength Straight Bourbon, 12 years old, 49.6% ABV, bottled 5/31/18, barrel 94.85.
Interesting. That's the little MGP juice, right?
That is. I think last but not least, you should go first.
So D, nose, I got faint corn, light oak. Palate seemed hot than corn.
So I just want you to read, will you read my notes for me?
D, finite, corn on, nares, dickle.
So those were my notes. Before I actually read what it was, I wanted you to be able to see that, but I definitely got corn on the nose. The second I tasted it, I was like, this is Dickel. And then I'm thinking somebody's trying to put one over on old Zeke. The finish, I said, this is Dickel. This was George Dickel Sour Mash Whiskey, 9 years old, bottle 57, 51.5 ABV, bottled exclusively for Pop's Wine and Liquor in 2017.
All I know is there's a better 2017 pick sitting at Radnor Wine and Spirits.
Yeah, I know we had that in our last show, and that Dickel from Radnor was pretty special.
In the sense that it wasn't really Dickel. The label says it. But I promise, I can't go as far as really promoting a Dickel. But if you're a fan of it, then that one's really going to impress you. I hope.
So all in all, I'm not surprised to know that my favorite two out of these four are Russell's Reserve and New Riff.
What was C again?
C was the Old Scout, Smooth Ambler.
It's interesting.
Which I didn't think was bad. You know, I think there's a definite... I don't know. You know, I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't like it as much as the Russells or the New Riff.
No, and, you know, on the Old Scout note of things, obviously it was 12 years. You know, it was something that wasn't picked at the 9, 10, or 11 mark when they were, you know, rolling out some really great MGP. So just find it as being off-profile for what we would consider MGP. We've had a few things that have proven lately, a fair amount of MGP distillate just does not do well with age. So I could see that being where it was. I still laugh. I don't know. I'm not sure how I got on such a finished tangent. But so many times towards the back end of the nose and the tastings of these, it just seemed something about the coating, the dryness, the berry type flavors just kept leading me there. I don't know. I haven't had anything with berries.
No. But it was good. It was really good. I thank Eric again for sending this our way. I really enjoy these episodes. There's things in here that I think I would expect. There's things in here that kind of interest me.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm going to go ahead and skis this Russell's and nurse it for a minute and see what else is in here. This is a unique Russell's.
I would definitely get a bottle of it if I could. I just want to say one more time, Eric, thank you very much. We always enjoy these. I think in lieu of some other things, you guys sending us these blinds are always really appreciated more than you know. Gives us content, but it also gives us something to talk about. So thank you for sending those. No, Zeke looks like he has something profound he wants to say.
No, I would just say a bigger kudos to sending us things we drink and have drank recently. And also, these aren't even curveballs. They're Nurklers. Straight up. Even tasting this again now, the Russells. And I have an open Russells next to me I've been sipping on for the night. They're not heads to heads, apples to apples, anything.
No, Zeke's side pour was a bottle today. He's just taking swigs from the bottle. But I agree with you. This is a Tim Wakefield pitch. It's not a straight fastball. You know, this isn't Pedro Martinez throwing it down the center going 98 miles an hour.
Give him the heater, Ricky.
You do kind of look like him with the mustache now.
We need to have a talk, Lou?
Oh, my God. You look like the manager in Major League.
Give him the heater, Ricky. Between that and the part where he puts up, the model to undress the owner, I figure our only option is just to win the whole goddamn thing. But seriously, did that Russell's taste anything like this?
No.
And again, we're not knocking or doubting Eric, but it's amazing to me, for a brief tangent. Today I was supposed to go pick some Russell's barrels. My son has been sick the past 2 days, and today was my day in the hole to take care of him. But for one mash, same barrels, literally just aged in a few different spots and other few unique things. How do they get that diverse?
It's awesome, though. That's why I love bourbon. It's exactly why I love bourbon. You're going to have same distillate, all that kind of stuff. It's in different places in the ricks. It could be in a different rick altogether. You think about all the different places where Russell's could have it, and it ages. It's the wood, too, right? It's the wood, where the wood comes from. how that bourbon is actually interacting in the wood. There are so many different things about it that could go into this. It's just crazy.
I mean, it's like they're the ADD of bourbon. You know, it's just all over.
It's awesome.
It's one single product. At day one, same thing.
I love it. Speaking of other things I love when you go to our Facebook page at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, go to our Instagram page at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, our Twitter page at Bourbon Dads. Go ahead and find our Facebook group and join. Please find us on your favorite podcast app, which I'm sure you already did. Leave us an honest and open review. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
I was just going to say I love when people send us samples.
I know. A huge thank you to Eric Black.
Honestly, there's nothing more like people ask from time to time, like, hey, you guys do Patreon, etc., other stuff. No, just throw us some random ass samples in the mail if you want to. We'll try to throw you some back. That's it.
And wear our shirt out so all your friends see it.
I mean, I got that one I hadn't washed in 2 weeks.
I'm sure it smells awesome.
Well, you know.
Cheers.
Ciao.